In this video, we will present various selection methods. Let's start with the basic selection tools, which you can find under the Selections icon of the toolbar on the left part of the application window. Place the mouse cursor on top of the selection icon, and you see that there are two selection tools, the Rectangle Selection and the Lasso Selection tool. Let's begin with the Rectangular Selection tool. When you turn this on, you are in selection mode. You can simply click on an object to select it. Any object that you select gets a highlighted rectangle. Using the controls of this highlighted rectangle, you can transform the object. This operation is described in a separate video. If you click and drag to form a box around an area, whatever is completely inside this area gets selected. You can also include objects that are not completely within the selection. Hold the Alt key down and put the selection rectangle slightly on top of an object that you wish to select, but around which you can't completely form a rectangle. Release the mouse, and you will see that these slightly covered objects are also selected. If you want to unselect everything, simply click on an empty space. You can also select multiple objects holding the Control key down and then clicking on the objects to select them. If you hold the Control key and click on an already selected object, then this gets deselected. Now let's see the Lasso Selection. When this selection method is enabled, you can simply draw an area around the object you wish to select. This is very useful when you want to select an object which is on a really tight spot. These are the two main selection methods. There are also some preset selection options using the right-click menu or hotkeys on the keyboard. If you right-click on an empty space, you have the option to select all objects. You can also select all objects using the Control key along with the A key. There are also options to invert selection and deselect everything. You can also invert the selection using Control plus Shift plus the letter I as a keyboard combination. Another way to make a selection is to use the Sequence Manager. When the auto sequence is turned on, we can do any selections. But if you switch into manual sequence, the design parts will break into separate icons on the Sequence Manager. Now you can scroll through to see the different shapes of the design, and if you click on a shape, it becomes selected. If you hold the Control key down, you can click on multiple sequence icons to add them to the selection. Additionally, if you hold the Shift key, you can select all the in-between objects. Hold the Shift key down and click on the first icon, then scroll to the last object, and holding the Shift key, click on the last item. Now all the sequence icons from the first one to the last one get selected. You can also make selections by color or by stitch type. These functions are presented in a separate video.